Let us get started. Okay, the very first day of the class. So we are starting on Saturday. So weekend wise. So many of them are missing. So better we will start with the chapter one of the boring chapter which you guys selected since tomorrow is a holiday. Okay, so can't mark attendance. Okay, you can get it resolved later. No worries. Online students. Check with the audio video. Is everything fine? Okay, settle down. See, there is nothing to write in this. Everything is given in my material. You can download it from the ArivuPro app. Clear. And see, when it's about the material, I forgot to instruct you in the intro class. See, there are total 5 documents about which you are going to download, or maybe the first 2 primary documents that you will be getting from the ArivuPro app. Remaining 3, I will only share it in the class. You can put it in your WhatsApp group. Clear. See, first and foremost, study material. This is what you are going to download from the ArivuPro app or maybe ArivuPro website. So after downloading the study material, see, this is nothing but a simplified version of ICAI material. See, ICAI material is like a Greek, Latin and French printed in English. So straight away, most of them will not be comfortable in understanding the concepts from ICAI material. That is the reason the study material is just a simplified version of an ICAI material. And even in the study material of mine, after every chapter, I have given couple of some 100, 150, 200, depending upon the chapter. If the chapter has more weightage, I have given the more and more questions. And there are also a couple of questions in this. Kindly solve them. Along with this, I want you to read ICAI material like a newspaper once, after understanding the concept. What is it after? Before understanding the concept, don't dare to even open it and straight away read from that. You will definitely get confused. And if not, like everyone, most of them will usually get confused. And that is the reason, like whenever I speak to my own students, like after a completion of exams, that is what they also say. Sir, straight away ICAI material will always get confused. That is why we started referring your material. And even in the class notes, like I instructed microeconomics, I will give you the class notes. Kindly revise from the class notes first. And then you can go with the study material. Or if you're comfortable, straight away go with them. ICAI. But end of the day, your Bhagavad Gita, Bible, Quran, whatever it is, that is your ICAI material. And sometimes, few questions will not be given from the main contents. They may pick the questions from the summary part. From where? So remember, when you are reading ICAI material, I want you to read even including summary, especially chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9. And this is where from nook and corners, they will be asking questions. And especially chapter 8 and chapter 7. From summary, they will be asking questions, and there are certain contents which will not be provided in the main material of ICAI, but they have given in the summary. So there are questions which has been asked. Is that clear? Now, along with this, now I will also share you a classroom discussion paper. Which one? Classroom discussion paper. Now it is your implied responsibility. Once we are done with the topic, let's say I'm completing demand. Once I'm done with the demand, after going back home, you have to sit, you have to solve the questions of demand and come back to the class. Whatever you get a doubt, see in that I have given from easy to mid to difficult. That is a kind of questions which I have given over there. So you have to solve it. Whatever the doubts that you are going to get from the classroom discussion, that we are going to solve. Usually last 15 minutes or last 20 minutes, once we are done with the chapter, I will take up that classroom discussion. In that approximately every chapter, you will be having some 50 to 100 like easy to moderate question. Kindly solve it and then come to the class. Is that clear? Now after this, now I am giving you an option in the class. Now you decide how many previous year paper you want me to solve it simultaneously in the class. I have passed 10 attempts paper. That means 5 years paper with me. Like you want me to solve past 5 attempts paper, 7 attempts paper or 10 attempts paper, because we are doing this simultaneously in the class. Once the topic comes up, particular important topic, most number of times these questions have been repeated, I will simultaneously open all the PYQs and I will be solving the questions from that. So total 5, 7, 10. Usually in the previous attempt, let me say previous batch students are 5 attempts. Remaining we will only do homework. If you are okay, yes, I can give it. Or 7 attempts, I can still take it up. I can do it in the class. But the more the number of attempts that we are taking, the more the number of class that is going to get stretched. Like say, for example, I will be doing a topic. In between, that topic is important. Now, I have to go to that particular question, solve in every attempt, like what are the questions that has come from that particular attempt. And then we have to go to the next topic. Sometimes we may get stuck. 10-15 minutes will just go on in that solving the MCQs. It will happen. So you decide, and I have also, wait, I will show the PYQs. One sec. See, this is how I have marked it actually. Like for example, see, this is May 2026 paper. Like I have usually marked the chapter wise along with the answers. Like this for all the 10 attempts or 7 attempts, whichever the respective attempts, I will be sharing. If you feel no sir, don't share this, just plain question paper you share it, we will only solve it and come. If that is the case, I'm okay with that. You guys decide what you want. If you need just a plain question paper, I don't need a solved one. I don't need chapter wise marked. I don't need answers keys marked. I have already solved numericals in this. No, we will only do it. We will try to do it and come. If that is the case, yes, do it and come. Usually, I will take at least 5 to 7 attempts paper. I will be taking it up. That is the next document. So you decide. You need 5 attempts, 7 attempts, or 10 attempts. How many attempts? But the number of attempts increases automatically. The class timings will also increase. Along with this, the last but not the least, this is the most important. This is where many of you will ignore, and you should never ignore it. RTPs and now I have a compiler document which you can download it from the ArivuPro website. So these are the two things that you will be downloading from the ArivuPro website or ArivuPro app. One, my study material. Second one, RTP MTP compiler. And this compiler includes from 2018. So during 2018, 19, 20, the economics syllabus was not micro and macro. It was economics and BCK. Ignore that second half. BCK 50 marks. From 2022 and later, this micro macro scheme came into a picture. From there, enter. Micro macro both are applicable. And average RTP, MTP, and past year papers. This includes 5,000 questions. How many? 5,000 questions. It will be in your hand. Suppose if anyone feels, sir, the PYP, I don't need answer marked like chapter wise, which I was showing now. Chapter wise marked with answer key also given. In my compiler initially from June 2024 attempt paper I have included, and usually in June 2024 ICAI never used to give the question paper to the students. They used to take it back. Even that one attempt paper, even if you go find it, let me say try to search in Google, Telegram, you will never find that paper. Even including that paper, it is a part of a compiler. So 2 soft copies you will be downloading, RTP, MTP, that is nothing but a compiler document, and the study material. These 2 you will be downloading. This simultaneously I will be doing it in class. If you feel no, we don't want answer keys, we just need a question paper. Already it is a part of a compiler. If you feel no, we also need answer key, we need chapter wise, let me know, I will share it. And classroom discussion I will share. It is an implied condition that once we are done with that particular topic, you need to go back home, you need to start solving that. Whatever doubts you have in that particular questions, I will be taking that up in the class. Is that clear? And this is the most important. This is where most of the students will ignore. And just recently, the previous May 2026 attempt topper, Rakesh, 96 in economics. I was just speaking to him. I had also done one podcast. It is also there on my YouTube page. So this is what he stressed upon the most. Why I got 96? He said, I attended 96 questions. I got on dot 96. I didn't knew 4 questions. I left them. I asked, like, how did you prepare? What was your strategy? What all you were doing? He gave 3 places as most important. Number 1, first study material. I understood the topics from study material. After that, this is the area. And he said, every RTP and MTP which I had sent along with that, whatever the portal, ICAI portal model question paper, including that, I started solving. If you want, you can watch that. It's an optional. If you want, he's the second highest scorer. As I said, 98 is the highest graded. Rakesh is the second highest scorer, and Salman 93, Bangalore branch student, he is the third highest scorer. So RTP and MTP do not ignore. Simultaneously start solving them. Any questions in this entire set, including ICAI material, come to that with me in the class. I will be helping you guys, whatever the topics, whatever the doubts you have. And in my study material on the very first page, there is also my contact number, email ID. So you can reach me out on WhatsApp. I will be usually available most of the times to my students on WhatsApp for the doubt clarification. Avoid calling, because if I am at class, I usually don't respond to the calls. So better text me up on the WhatsApp. I will usually reply within some 12 hours or maybe sometime 10 hours, sometimes whenever, as soon as I see that. So that is the first area where I usually immediately respond. Second, ArivuPro portal. Even in ArivuPro portal, below there is a discussion column. Even there you can post your questions. Is that clear? Okay, let's get started. As you selected, since we only have 2 hours of time, tomorrow is holiday. So we are going to start fresh, the flow which I gave, if you remember. So this is the flow. We are going to start this flow from the Monday. So since we have only 2 hours of time, we are starting with chapter number. So there is nothing to write. You have to listen. You have to understand the concepts. Is that clear? Everything is a part of your chapter, and I can say this is one of the most boring chapter. Unfortunately, you guys selected this to be the very first topic of your opening of the syllabus. Okay. See, the term economics, this is derived from a Greek word. Which word? Greek. There are 2 important Greek words, oiko and nomia. What is it? Oiko refers to, nomia refers to. That means economics is an art of household management. What is economics? Economics is an art. What is this? Art. That means managing things. In a Greek language, managing a household is called as economics. Now the same English adaptation. We say we need to manage an unlimited human wants with the limited resources. What is it with them? See, this is the general premise of economics. The word premise refers to assumptions. Now we say that human wants are unlimited, but the means to satisfy them, that means resources. I said the intro class. What are the resources? Inputs in the economics. 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, or be it any resource for it matter, they are limited in nature. What are they in nature? Limited. By using limited resources, we try to satisfy the unlimited wants of an individuals, that is by humans, and that is why we call art. What is it? Art of managing things, art of managing an unlimited human want with the limited resources. And this word of economics, this was very first time defined by an Adam Smith. He was the very first economist to give a systematic definition of economics. What is it? Systematic. Henceforth, Adam Smith is also called as father of economics. What is Adam Smith is called as? Father. See, in economics, we don't have sister, mother, daughter and all. Only one single father. And modern father of economics is Alfred Marshall. Who is the father of economics? Modern father of economics. Next, we have one more. Father of macroeconomics, that is J.M. Keynes, John Maynard Keynes. And entire macroeconomics we are going to discuss in many places. We are going to discuss about the J.M. Keynes. So at this moment, just remember about the Adam Smith and the Alfred Marshall. Adam Smith is called as father of economics because he was the very first person to give a systematic definition of economics. Before 1776, the subject called as economics was studied as a part of political economy. In the year 1776. Adam Smith has written a book. It is popularly called as An Inquiry into a Nature Causes Wealth of Nations. What does it causes? So, Wealth of Nations is the most popular name. And Adam Smith said, economics is a study about wealth. What is it? Economics is a... In which year he spoke about this? See, during 1776, during the 17th, 18th centuries. Now, even we were under the king, the queen rulings, even all these kingdoms, they wanted to expand their dynasty. They wanted to wage a war against other kingdoms, and even they are interested in the wealth. And Adam Smith also spoke about wealth. He said economics is a study about wealth. What is economics? Even people started accepting the subject, but later they called economics as a gospel of mammon. That means evil science. Because it only and only speaks about wealth. Except wealth, it doesn't even speak about any other parameters. How to store wealth, how to increase wealth, how to generate wealth, how to procure wealth. It's only speaking about wealth. And Adam Smith said economics is a study of what? Economics is a study of. And people started hating this subject. There was a huge need for redefining the subject of economics. That redefining the subject was done by them. Now, Alfred Marshall said, see boss, what Adam Smith has said is correct. No doubt. Economics requires wealth. Economics is no doubt a wealth. But wealth is not everything. Along with wealth, we need to achieve welfare. We need to achieve what? Welfare. So Alfred Marshall said, economics is a study of welfare. Economics is a study. We need wealth to achieve welfare. What is it? We need to achieve. That is what Alfred Marshall said. People started accepting this particular definition. That is why Alfred Marshall is said as what? Father of. And why Adam Smith is called as father of economics? He was the first person to give a systematic definition of economics. And economics is originated from which language? Which are those words? Oiko and Oiko refers to household, Nomia refers to what is economics? We need to prefix this word art without fail. It is an art of household. That is what we call economics as. Clear? And in a generic principle, we say human wants are, but resources are. That is what? The means to satisfy those wants are relatively scarce. That is the main subject matter of it. And whatever we just discussed, Adam Smith, Alfred Marshall, human wants are unlimited, resources are limited. This is general economics concept. Which concept? But your syllabus speaks about? It does not speak about general economics. Is that clear? So we will have to also speak about the business economics before that. See here. Economics is thus a study of how are we working together to transform the dash resources into the goods in order to satisfy most of our, and how we distribute the economic goods and services among ourselves. This is what general economics speaks about. So you need to remember two elements. Number one, Adam Smith, wealth definition. Number two, Alfred Marshall, that is welfare definition. And along with this, wait, let me also download the institute material. Let me show it from the definition of business. All of those are already covered in the very basic class. Before the break, we started now. Economics, business, commerce, all of that is already taken care. Where I will download the material from the institute. Viewers knowledge portal close. They have changed the portal interface. Study material, new syllabus. Where is it? Where did it? Oh. Yeah, no, it was earlier in viewers knowledge only. Study material and other publications. Okay, study material. Foundation course. Paper 4 business economics. Okay, May 26 and exam and onwards is there. But whatever we are doing, this is applicable for November as well as maximum January 2027 exam. Okay, unit 1 I will take. Wait, I will take it to the import the document. Yeah, see here. See, initially it speaks about business, economic activity, non-economic activity, and then what is economics. See, already we have done this in the intro class, so I'm not bugging you up with this once again. Clear? So since we have covered, I'm straight away going to the main concepts. So remember, there are actually 4 definitions in economics. Wealth definition is given by Adam Smith. Welfare definition is given by, and there is one more, scarcity definition. Which definition? Now in the scarcity definition, we spoke about this. Human wants are unlimited, resources are limited. By using that limited resources, we try to satisfy our unlimited wants. So we need to make a choice making. What making? What is the first priority? What is the second priority? Now at this moment, that is not covered in detail in your syllabus. Now third definition was scarcity. Fourth one is growth definition. Growth definition is a cocktail of all the three: wealth, welfare, and scarcity. So usually if you see the old RTPs and MTPs, in that the questions are also there related to the growth definition, welfare definition, scarcity definitions. But now predominantly the main concept is revolving around the Adam Smith and Alfred Marshall. Okay, now let us get started with the business economics. So the main syllabus, what we are supposed to cover is also the business economics. But in your 11th and 12th, what you have studied, most of the things are general economics. Now, what is business economics? Rational business decision making. What is business economics? So what does it mean? Taking right decisions at the right time to achieve organizational goals. To achieve? Okay, let's take up an example. Assume I'm the Cadbury of a let me say Cadbury of a let's assume that I'm a CEO in the Cadbury company. Now you guys are various stakeholders. Now let's say one is a managing director, or one is a regional head, continental head, area head, state head, like this, various different stakeholders. Now I will say, why don't we also introduce a chocolate? Sir, already we are in chocolate. What do you want to introduce? New chocolates. Someone will say, no, anyhow we are doing it. Anyhow we are like coming with various varieties of chocolate. Now I will say, then why don't we introduce ice cream? What is it? Why don't we introduce? Similar market, similar set of targeted customers, we will introduce an ice cream. Now let's say, for example, what's the name, man? Hero. Nivash. Now Nivash will say, no, why don't we come up with a stationery products, like how ITC has a classmate now, like this Cadbury stationery. Whether a student will buy a chocolate or not, for their education purpose, they need to buy a stationery. So we will come up with a Cadbury stationery, and the other person will say, no, now the trend is all this cafe culture, like coffee experience center, coffee cafes, like what is the specialty coffee, how did the coffee originated in India, what is dark coffee, what is like various other kinds of coffee and all. Why don't we do the same with the chocolate? What is dark chocolate? What are the advantages of dark chocolate on health? What is a milk-based chocolate? How chocolate got originated? How cocoa fruit, from that how we extract chocolate? Why don't we come up with a chocolate experience center like a cafe? Now in front of me there are three options. How many options? Either to start with ice cream, or either to start with stationery, or either to start with cafe. But I can't start all the three because my resources are limited. Here the term resources are referring to factors of production. What are we referring to? Land, labor, capital, organization. So my inputs are limited. I need to make use of my inputs in a best possible way. So what I do, I will collect the basic information about all this alternative. What do I collect? I collect them. Basic information about all this alternative. Why? I need to understand which is the most feasible alternative to achieve an organizational goals. So I will try to collect all the basic information. I will analyze it, and then I will see, okay, which is more suitable to me. I have to take a rational judgment. Which judgment? Which is more suitable to achieve an organizational goals. We know that we have a choice making. I said now we need to choose because we have a limited resources. Choice making ability, scarcity definition. Which definition? That component. See, choice on available productive resources. My productive resources, land, labor, capital, and organization, which are, this can be employed into, if not for one purpose, we can use it for. But we can't use everything at once. We can't start all the three options at once. Either ice cream, or either stationery, or either a cafe. All the three is not possible. So I will collect the basic information. I will evaluate. I will take a rational judgment. Most suitable alternative we select. Which is not suitable, we will reject. That is what? Taking right decisions at the right time. What is it? Taking. That is what we call rational business decision making. Which making? Selecting an appropriate alternative to achieve. So in short, business economics is a use of rational business decision making, which is going to fill the gap between economic theories and business. And we also call it as pragmatic in approach. What is this also called as? Pragmatic in approach. So what exactly does it mean? See, we know that Adam Smith, Alfred Marshall, J.B. Say, J.S. Mill, all of these guys, whoever the economists have given definition, 1776, 1821, 1930, 1936, during 100, 200, 300 years ago, they have given definition. There is no rule that all of these economic theories are even applicable to the present world. Technology is rapidly growing. Today, what exactly a business faces the problem in the practical world? In the which world? That is what we have to more be concerned about. That is what, along with economic theory, we should also consider what is that today the firm faces in the real world, the challenges because of change in technology, challenges because of a change in resources or shortage of resources. Even we have to consider the present abilities rather than considering only just an economic theory. That is what business economics does. Business economics is a rational business decision making which fills the gap between theory and the practices. That is what we call pragmatic in approach. Clear? So in short, it is taking right decision at a right time to achieve. Go back. General economics said that human wants are resources are same to same. Boss, even in business economics, my resources are scarce. My factors of production, land, labor, capital, and by using that limited resources, I try to produce and let me say sell my product and earn as much maximum profits as possible. That is what business economics speaks about. And this business economics will consider economic theory along with the business. And it is the process of business decision making by using economic tools. By using which tools? So which are those economic tools? Demand, supply, cost, price, competition. Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4. We have to speak about all these parameters. Still, I'm yet to do this. Chapter 2, Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. That is the reason I said some interconnections are there. That is why Chapter 1 and 5, I usually take it at last. See, as per the flow. Clear? So, we are yet to do it still. We will be covering all this. That means, remember, business economics will take microeconomics for its decision making purpose. Which economics? For its clear. That means we are using economic tools which mostly consist of microeconomic parameters. See, as a business owner or as a business manager, my concern is to grow my business, earn more and more profit. In order to take that right decision at the right time, I consider various microeconomic parameters. That means business economics is highly dependent on microeconomics. What is it? Highly dependent on? And this definition of business economics was given by John Dewey. What is it? John? He was the person. This can be a question. See, who defined business economics? They will give 4 options. An economist names. And you have to remember his name. Clear? So, rational business decision making is what we call as a business economics. In a very simple layman terms, taking right decisions to achieve. See, in front of me, various options are there. Various alternatives are there. I need to evaluate those alternatives and I need to take a dash judgment. That means most effective alternative should be chosen and less effective alternative should be. So in our example, okay, we considered stationery is really a good business. The market is very large. Market share is very huge. Competitors are also less. There are very few people. We can capitalize it. Then we entered into that particular market after analyzing and after collecting all the necessary information. This is what is the definition of business economics. Now, in your ICAI material, also in my material, I have given this difference, especially last 2 topics. Most repeated question, this one, scope of business economics. I will make you to write the summary notes, pointers, notes I said. I will make you to write now. The scope of business economics is most important from this now, especially micro and macro elements. These questions will be coming and differentiating between the general economics and the business economics. This is another area the question comes, especially the branches. And this is the repeated question. See, general economics. Which economics? It has business economics as its applied branch. That means general economics is a broader concept. Inside that, one of the element is a business economics. That means business economics is an applied branch of economics. They will give a question like this. Dash is an applied branch of dash. Business economics is an applied branch of general economics. And this is one of the most repeated questions. So after completing this unit today, after going back home, either in my material or even if the study material is still not available in the ArivuPro material, you can download the ICAI material. This 2 topics, last 2 topics, I will explain this, everything. This has to be went through like a newspaper once. You have to go through this what? Like a newspaper once. Clear? So write down, give the summary notes. See, we are just making a summary notes now for the chapter 1. This is a last moment revision. Whenever you are revising now, you need not to keep all your multiple books like one South Indian thali in front of you. So make a summary note. See, read any chapter. Always try to make your own summary notes, your own short notes. That will help you. Clear? So give a heading. Chapter 1, Unit 1, Introduction to Business Economics. Sir, where can I find study material? When you go to the economics classes in the ArivuPro app, the very first one, the introduction, there is a column called as introduction. In that, there is also something called as study resources. In that study resources, you can download it. Separate marked and without mark, both. Okay, see, in compiler, already the question papers, only just a question paper without mark, it is there. And only that 2026 2 papers, I have to share it with you. Don't worry, I will share both. But it's up to you whether you want to use the without marked one or with marked one. Whichever you feel comfortable. Yes, Kirtana. Where do we find? I answered it with marked one. Okay, I will give both. Don't worry. Anyhow, tomorrow is holiday. Enjoy your holiday. Monday, anyhow, you are coming back. We are going with proper flow. Everything will be in your hands by Monday. Don't worry. Okay. Right on. Point number 1. The term economics is originated from which language? Greek language. Point number 1. Economics owes its origin, or economics is originated from a Greek language. Economics is originated from a Greek language, oiko in bracket household, nomia, that is management. Oiko, that is household, nomia, that is management. Economics is an art of household management. Economics is an art of household management. Done? Below that. Economics is an art of household management. So below this, write down. Adam Smith was the first person. Adam Smith was the first person. Adam Smith was the first person to give a systematic definition of economics. Adam Smith is the first person to give a systematic definition of economics in his book, An Inquiry into a Nature Causes Wealth of Nation. An Inquiry into a Nature Causes Wealth of Nations. So where to find your study material? Same in the ArivuPro website. Resources column, introduction, in that study resources. That is where you will find. That is only for the students who have taken the course. And maybe the YouTube live students are watching that. Even if you try downloading it and if you're trying to download the material, I don't think so that you will be getting the access. That is applicable to the students who are attending our regular batch. That is for them. I'm instructing this. Okay, what did you write? An inquiry into a nature causes wealth of a nation. Can you repeat it again? The instructions are. Now we are actually going the same video is going a YouTube live. Now simultaneous YouTube live is going on. Maybe the students who is watching it, even they might be trying. ArivuPro, download the app and try to find that study resources. And whatever I just instructed now, that is applicable to the students who have opted for the course, that is a regular batch students. So only they can download it. In your, let me say after the admission, you will get your admission number, IP ID and all, then you log in. That is when under the economics column, under my classes, you can download it. Okay. Okay. What did you write? The last point? Adam Smith was the first person to give a systematic definition of economics in his book, An Inquiry into a Nature Causes Wealth of Nations, published in 1776. published in 1776. Hence, he is known as father of economics. Hence, he is known as father of economics. Hence, he is known as father of economics. In bracket, write down. Adam Smith defined economics as study of wealth. In bracket, write down. Adam Smith defined economics as study of wealth. Adam Smith defined economics as study of wealth. Adam Smith defined economics as a study of wealth. Done? Cool. Below that, Alfred Marshall, next point. Alfred Marshall is known as father of modern economics. Alfred Marshall is known as father of modern economics. Alfred Marshall is known as father of modern economics. Alfred Marshall is known as father of modern economics. Comma, he defined economics as a study of welfare. He defined economics as a study of welfare. Below that, under the same point, next line, we need wealth to achieve welfare. 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 Clear? Okay. Come out of this next point. The fundamental premise of economics, that means the fundamental facts, the fundamental assumptions of economics. Premise refers to assumptions. The fundamental premise or the fundamental belief of economics. The fundamental belief of economics. Point number 1, human wants are unlimited. Human wants are unlimited. Human wants are unlimited. The means to satisfy, that means resources to satisfy the wants, are scarce. The resources to satisfy the wants are scarce. The resources to satisfy the wants are scarce. The resources to satisfy the wants are scarce. Done? Below this, next give a heading, business economics. Business economics. Business economics. It is a problem of rational business decision making. It is a problem of rational business decision making. It is a problem of rational business decision making. In bracket, choosing right alternative at right time. In bracket, choosing right alternative at right time. Choosing right alternative at right time. Choosing right alternative at right time. Close the bracket. To achieve organizational goals. To achieve organizational goals. To achieve organizational goals. Can you repeat Alfred Marshall definition? See, Alfred Marshall, I didn't define anything over there. He said economics is a study of welfare. We need wealth to achieve welfare. That's it. Varsha, clear? Okay. Next, below that, write that example. Shashi Kiran is the CEO of Cadbury. In front of him, there were 3 alternatives. Just write that small example you write, so that when you see this example alone, automatically the concept will strike your mind. So wherever I will give an example, make sure that you are including the examples. And all of this, it is given in the study material. You need not to write in detail. CEO of Cadbury. So there was 3 suggestions in a board meeting, either to start with ice cream, or to start with stationery, or to start with a cafe. Out of the above 3, we should select the right alternative to achieve organizational goals. Done? Did you write that? Okay, below that. Business economics is pragmatic in approach. Business economics is pragmatic in approach. Business economics is pragmatic in approach, which fills a gap between economic theory and business practices. Business economics is pragmatic in approach, practical in nature. Business economics is pragmatic in approach, which fills a gap between economic theory and business practices. Which fills a gap between economic theory and business practices. Which fills a gap between economic theory and business practices. Which fills a gap between economic theory and business practices. Clear? Okay, below that. Business economics is defined by Joelden, 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 comma, next line, which considers microeconomic tools, which considers microeconomic tools like demand, supply, cost, price, competition, etc. Like demand, supply, cost, price, competition, etc. for its decision making. Microeconomic tools like demand, supply, cost, price, competition, etc. for its decision making. Done? Last point. Business economics is an applied branch of economics. 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 Done? Okay, close your books, look at the book. See, like this, after every topic, I will just give you to make the summary notes for the chapter 1. I know that this chapter is completely boring. That's the reason, to make it little interesting when you are at least studying main important pointers. If you write, you can cover that. Clear? Okay. Hope so that you guys have studied about this concept. Difference between micro and macro economics. So what is this microeconomics, macroeconomics? Can anyone explain me this? Such a basic concept it is. Micro and macro. What is it? Sir, micro means small, macro means large. We know that. Other than that, you have to explain other points. Go on. Microeconomics is my father's salary. Macroeconomics is everyone's father's salary. Wow, amazing. Correct. Technically correct.
Microeconomics is whole.
Okay.
So microeconomic assumes macroeconomic variance as constant, whereas microeconomics assumes microeconomic variance as constant.
Okay. See, there are maybe three differences. Technically, three differences. If you understand these three differences, done. See, micro, it will analyze individual aspects in detail. That means whenever we consider any topic in the microeconomics, we will study them in advance. We will study them in detail, like demand, chapter 2, supply, chapter 2, consumer behavior, like cost, production, market scenarios. We will analyze the concepts in detail. So it is an individual study in detail. That is called micro. But macro, we don't go study in detail. Nation's income, unemployment rate in the country, poverty in the nation. Like this, we consider entire economy as a whole. What do we consider? We consider. And the biggest drawback in microeconomics is whenever we are studying this microeconomics, it is filled with assumptions and most of the things are unrealistic in nature. That means we are considering those economic phenomena which is given by the theory, which is by an economist laid back like 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. In many of the scenarios in chapter 3 and 4, I will say that technology remains constant. You will come across law of variable proportion, law of returns to scale. But in real life, technology is never constant. But these economists, when they gave 200, 300 years ago, technology was remaining constant. It was not changing much. So like this, whatever topics that we are studying in microeconomics that has got completely unrealistic sense sometimes, and it is filled with. But macro is realistic. There is no assumption. In most of the concepts of macroeconomics, it doesn't have any assumptions. Clear? In Keynesian theory, in few places we will take. See, that means almost 99% of the concepts are realistic here. Very hardly few places we are going to take the assumptions. So micro is filled with what? And there, but macro is, and there is no. And microeconomic theory is also called as a price theory, demand and supply, price mechanism, market forces. The central theme of microeconomic theory is determination of price. So microeconomic theory is also called as dash theory. But macroeconomic is an. And kindly remember this. I will ask you this question once again in the upcoming chapters, which is called as price theory, which is called as income theory. And such a silly questions will also come in the exam. And the central theme of microeconomic analysis is determination of a market price. That is what? By considering demand and supply, we decide the equilibrium price. What is it? Equilibrium. Demand and supply. This is the equilibrium portion. We'll speak about this in the chapter 2. Clear? And microeconomic theory is internal to the organization. What is it? It analyzes about the internal affairs of the organization. Macroeconomics is an activities done that is outside your business organization and the activities which affects your business organization due to external changes. That is macro environment. And micro, we call it as a worm's eye view. If a small worm is crawling on the surface of Earth, it can't see a huge place. It can only see some small area, whichever is visible, whichever is near to its eyesight. That is like a micro. We study everything in detail, but in a smaller aspect, we will understand one by one. But macroeconomics is like a bird's eye view. When a bird is flying on a sky, it can see a very broad area. So macro is a broad area, that is a bird's eye view. Micro is a worm's eye view. And especially from this area, the questions will be asked. And this is what we call scope of business economics. I said now, you have to also go back. You have to read from this once. See, that scope of business economics. When we speak about microeconomics, that always try to speak about the operational issue, that is called as internal to the organization. When we speak about macroeconomics, that is trying to solve the environmental issue, that is totally external to the organization. And the most repeated question, the common questions, which among the following is not a part of microeconomic analysis? Which among the following pointer is not a part of a macroeconomic analysis? So they give an odd one out questions every time, or they will always ask you which doesn't belongs to micro and which doesn't belongs to. That is one of the most repeated questions in the exam. And this is very simple to understand also. See, microeconomic analysis that speaks about internal or an operational issue. First and foremost, demand analysis and demand. I will just go in generic in nature here. See, what is the probable demand in the coming future? How many goods and services are people ready to buy? How much as a manufacturer I should be preparing or I should be ready to purchase and offer to the market at a particular period of time? Now, let's say, for example, Ganesha festival is coming up. Now, I will not be preparing idols one day before the festival was. I will minimum plan it advance like 1.5 months. I will get all the necessary raw materials required, laborers required, warehouse, go down, clay, everything will start preparing at least 1 month in advance. That is, on the day of festival, all the idols should be ready for the sale. Like this last year, let's assume that I sold some 1,000 units of Ganesha. Before that, 800 units. That means the trend is, this year we are expecting some 1,200 or 1,300 units of sales. Like this, we have to understand what is the probable demand in the future. Demand analysis and demand forecasting. This will come under the microeconomics. It is about predicting the dash demand for the goods and based on the dash behavior, which will affect the demand. Now, for example, you might have seen this some 5 years ago, PUBG Ganesha. Like this trending. Now this time we may come with any other new trend, whatever is, let me say, going up in the market. So what does people are willing to buy? What people are expecting us to come up with the product? See, all of this will analyze and it is forecasted. That is micro environment. Next comes production and see, as any business manufacturer, our intention is to always and always produce as least as cost as possible. That is minimum cost. That means our average cost of production should be always minimal. That is one of the objectives of the firm. And there is always a relationship between cost and the production. What is the cost incurred to produce this number of output? Let's say I'm producing some 10,000 units of output. My intention is always reducing my cost. To produce this 10,000 units, where exactly, which manufacturing plant I should set up? Which particular, let me say, raw materials I should use? Which technologies, if I use it, my cost is going to be minimal. See, this we understand it in detail. In short, it is an analysis about relationship between input and output. Next comes inventory management. That means my raw materials. Do I have a sufficient quantity? Or let me say, for example, how much, product are still in work in progress, semi-finished goods. So how do I convert that into a finished good according to the market demand? And how much raw material should be added every single time? We have something called as JIT, just in time. Let me give an example. For example, I'm running a supermarket. Now let's say in my supermarket, every single day, bread and jam, 100 units of bread and jams are sold. I know that every single day, it is an average demand. 100 units of bread and jams are sold. Should I produce some 300 bread and jams and hold it for 3 days, or every single day I should produce fresh 100 bread and jams and then supply it to the market? Fresh 100 bread and jams and supply it to the market. Suppose if there is any kind of event coming up in the market, let's say a festival, people might not be willing to buy this bread and jam. They will be doing this festival feast at the home. Or let's say there is some scarcity, all of a sudden demand, or some holidays are coming, tourists are visiting, demand will go. Like this, we will understand how much inventory I should hold, how much work in progress is there, how much raw material I have, how much finished goods I have. We have it. JIT, ABC analysis. You will study this more of the things in CA Inter. So just the analysis it is about inventory managing. I should never run out of the stock. I should never run out of the stock of raw materials to produce the finished goods. Next, market structuring. Understanding your market. Which type of market am I operating in? Is it monopoly market? Monopolistic competition. Chapter 4. We speak about this. Types of market. Perfect competition. Imperfect competition. Am I the only seller? Are there any other sellers? Is my market growing year by year? What is the demand for my market? Now let's take a CA as an example. Now observe, when I was a student like you, there are many people who used to always wanted to come and join for a course called as CA. But now people are preferring more comfort. Sir, I don't believe your institute is going to cut down the passing percentage more and more. I don't want to take a risk, sir. I will go for ACCA. Assurance is there. 40% passport percentage. 35 is there. I will go and do a CPA. I will do ACCA. Now see, slowly the trend is moving towards ACCA. Slowly the trend is also going towards the CPA. That means, if at all you see CMA, CPA, ACCA, even Indian CMA, admissions are slowly going up there. If I see the CA admissions, if I compare it to past 10 years, now the present admissions which is happening inside the CA institute, is comparatively stabilized. It is not going up, or neither it is falling very fast. It has, by and large, it is in a consolidation. By and large, it is in a same state, or sometimes we'll see a dip. So this is the market. Like going further, boss, now you tell me if I have to continue in this market, is the trend is going to go up in the market, or trend is going to go down in the market, or trend is going to remain stable? And what is the type of market we are operating, market structure? In that market, what kind of pricing policies are there? Is there any industry leader? Are we following any leader here? So all this market structure and pricing policy. Next comes resource. This is always a trouble because human wants are resources are based on this resource only. We have next unit, chapter 1, unit 2, basic problems of an economy. And there are only just two topics in the next coming unit, and that is where most of the exam question comes. Basic problems of economy and types of economy. Just two topics, chapter 1, unit 2. And majority question comes from there only. See, business economics will help the advanced tools such as linear programming enable the firms to arrive at the best couple of actions for optimizing the utilization of. We should always optimize it. Neither we should underutilize nor overexploit. There is something called as sustainable development practices. Which practices? We try to do that. And theory of capital and investment. How much money should be invested for a long term, short term? What should be the decision making on allocating the scarce capital, and how much profit that we are going to expect? See, we cannot always predict it in an accurate manner. Tomorrow, who knows, COVID may come back. Tomorrow, who knows, zombie may happen. Acid rain may come. Flood may happen. In middle of Bangalore, volcano may get erupted. Who knows? Some, let me say, unnecessary uncertainties are there. We can't always predict. So, I should try to analyze my profit. Boss, this is my returns. This is what I'm investing. This is what my expectations are. See, profits are most often uncertain due to changing and due to change in market. So, profit theory guides the firms in measuring and managing their under certain conditions and uncertain conditions, both. We should always try to analyze, okay, this is my probable profit. What is it? Not accurate. Probable profit that at least my ROI should be happening in so and so months. This is the percentage of returns that I will be taking. See, all of this, we are going one by one in detail. That is micro environment, internal issue. Next comes. We never know what tomorrow is going to be there. What awaits tomorrow, whether flood as I said or tsunami as I said. We never know. There is always an uncertainty in the business conditions. There is a risk involved. So all the risk and uncertainty belongs to business owner. So all this, see, risk and uncertainty, profit analysis, capital and decision making, resource allocation, market structure pricing, inventory management, production and cost, demand and forecasting, all of this will come under dash economics, or also called as internal or operational issues. Next comes macroeconomic. That is one of the most easiest, which is external environment issues. What all does macro environment consist? Types of capitalistic, socialistic, mixed economy. Unit 2. I said now only two topics are there in Unit 2, extremely important. One among them. Basic problems of economy based on resource. Second one, type of economic system. Stages of. I said you now, business cycle is more of macro in nature, not a. And this is what? Odd one out question. They will also give stages of business cycle in the option. They will ask which among the following is not a micro environment analysis. There will be business cycle. We will like, sir, 5th chapter, microeconomics. No, that is not. That is only the answer. Macroeconomic factors is an stages of business cycle and tendency of how my nation's income is increasing. In my country, employment opportunities are there. Are we achieving full employment or not? Keynesian theory, we speak about this. And what is the prices in our country? How much inflations are going up? How many people are saving more money? What is the investments that is happening in the business? And also we speak about government's policies like industrial policy, competition policy, fiscal policy, monetary policy, foreign sector policy, globalization policy. All of this, see, we understand entire economy as a whole. What is it? Entire? No individual analysis like how we did here. How much is the profit analysis of the firm? How much money we should invest? What is the uncertainty? Like this, we are not understanding in one single entity's manner. What is it, one? We are entire economy as a whole and working of a dash bank. By the way, what is the central bank of our country? Reserve Bank of. And also all this financial sector reform, capital market reform, SEBI, All those will come into picture. And what are the regulatory bodies, who controls them, who drafts rules and regulations in that industry, and socio-economic organizations like trade unions, producers, consumer unions, and cooperators, and finally social and this is the most important, biggest one. How the economy is performing. Is it a developed nation, developing nation like India from 79 years? Or what exactly our progressive is towards? What are our economic parameter and socio-economic parameter to same set of population? What is the culture, religious and political participation? How oftenly all the events in the economy gets politicized? And all our BJP Congress fellows are there. No, we did this. Hello, we sanctioned it. Hello, we give funds. Stupid fellows to complete one bridge. 15 years you have taken. Three governments are fighting. In Karnataka, it happened. Helanka bridge. One party came and said, hello, we sanctioned it. Other party came and said, hello, we approved it. Hello, we complete. They stupid. One bridge, 15 years. Three governments changed. You see? Political environment. Is there a stability or instability? See, all this, whatever we discussed, micro plus put together, it helps in taking the business. See, that cannot be taken without considering these present as well as a business management. A firm has no control over these factors. It should. Its policies to minimize the dash effect. See, boss, everything is not in my control, especially external factors. They are uncontrollable in nature. So by changes which is happening in the external environment, I will try to fine tune my business operations to minimize the risk. What does it do? And this is where most of the exam questions will be asked. And they will ask questions like this. Wait, I will show the exam question itself. I will download it. 1 second. Wait. It is in my mail. Just download the paper. Price analysis comes under macro. Okay. 1 second. Look at the board. Wait, I will download the question papers. Anyhow, from Monday I was supposed to show you guys. Wait, where did this go down? Here. Evening batch. Import. Wait, I will just import all the question paper. Shall I take 5 attempts or 7 attempts? You guys decide. I'm okay with anything. This is Jan 26 attempt paper. See, in every attempt I have marked with the answer. The more the attempts we take, the class gets extended more and more. Simple. I will show the questions also for you guys. Economic evening batch. Okay, 2025, 3 attempts paper, September 25. Just a second, it will take a minute of time. September is done, May 25. Okay, as of now, 5 attempts have taken, another 2 more attempts I will add. Even Baba, YouTube students will be wondering why this guy is adding now. I forgot to add. Okay, look at the board. I will show the question. See, like this chapter 1. It will be everything at one place in few attempts paper. Normative, yet to do that. I will show that questions. See here, I said now one of the favorite question to ICAI. Which of the following is not correct about business economics with reference to business economics have a narrow scope comparing to the economics. General economics will speak about multiple aspects, micro, macro, everything. But business economics will consider only microeconomic analysis for a decision making. I will speak about this. Yes, it is narrow. Business economics helps in taking right decisions. And economics is applied branch of business economics. No, it is other way around. Business economics is an clear. Okay, unit 2 questions. See, most of the questions which comes is unit 2 questions. Socialistic economy, see, mixed economy. Unit 2 questions are more. All this, Sara runs, eliminates, all like this analysis about the one particular element will be there. One chapter, one chapter, one chapter, one. Oh, I missed it. I will show that question right. How the micro macroeconomics questions will come. Lysis fair approach. See, unit 2 question. Socialistic economy. See, majority of the questions will be from unit 2. See, capitalistic, socialistic, mixed, normative. See here. Which of the following is under the micro? Product pricing, yes. Cost and pricing, we spoke about production also, we spoke factor pricing, we spoke, and general price level and the, no, just now we spoke now, general price level and the interest rates will come under the macroeconomics. 1 second, let me show that. Yeah, see here. General price level, where just now we saw. No? Finance, capital regulation. Here savings, prices, general tendency of national income, employment, pricing, savings, investments. All of this will come under the macroeconomics. And see here. Okay, this is again capitalistic economy question. Okay. So there are questions like they will also ask about one single particular firm. Let's say for example, Sara runs a lemonade stall. She wants to analyze about the lemonade market. Which market? Lemonade market. Like this, it is about one particular individual firm. The questions are there. But I will take this up in this attempt only if I'm not wrong. That is one problem. In some attempts, now questions will be back to back. Entire all the chapter questions will be in one place. See basic problems of economy. See which of the following area is related to consumer behavior, micro, factor pricing, micro, behavior of individual firms, micro, external value of currency, exchange rates, macro. See again, unit 2 question, mixed economy, unit 2 question. Socialistic economy. See, majority question that comes is from the unit 2. Out of 5 questions, 3 to 4 questions will be from unit 2. Unit 1, hardly 1 or 2 questions will come. And that too, it will be usually easy questions only. It will not be that difficult and all. They will ask you full stories like this. See, again, normative, positive, this is another area in unit 1. See, again, basic problems of economy. Which among the following is not a basic problem? Unit 2. See, when you open the questions and if you see a lot, automatically you will get to know from which chapter, where exactly most of the questions are coming from. See, chapter 10, chapter 1. See, capitalistic economy. Clear. So, unit 2 is where most of the questions are going to come. And in unit 1, the questions are there. We have to just search for it. Like one individual firm they will give. And they want to analyze that market. Let's say, for example, ArivuPro wants to analyze about the CA coaching sector. CA coaching sector. They are understanding about the area, which locality in India. That means they are understanding about one firm. What is it? One firm there. That means one firm is micro or macro in nature. So most of them, sir, they are understanding about the entire country where the markets can be set up. Yes, about that one firm where the markets can be set up. Where the It is micro only, but most of them got confused and they wrote answer as macro. There is questions, I will show them. No worries. Clear? So remember, whenever we speak about micro and macroeconomics, three differences you should keep it in mind. Microeconomics is full of and macroeconomics is and there is no assumption. This is the main first difference. Second difference, micro is micro speaks about individual aspects. Macro entire economy as a nation's income, poverty in the country, unemployment in the country, like this entire nationwide we will speak, but here individual aspects in detail, demand, supply, cost, price. Is that clear? Okay, next let me go to the most easiest question. Let's see. 1 second. Is there a negative marking? Definitely yes. For every wrong answer which you are going to give, you will lose 0.25 from your positive scores. Let's say, for example, sir, I attended some 20 questions. How many questions? 20. Sir, in this 20, let's say 12 is correct and 8 is wrong. 12 is correct and for every one single wrong, 0.25 will be deducted. That means 0.25 into 8, total 2 marks. That means your score is 12 minus 2. It is 10. Sir, if I don't attend anything, let's say, sir, for example, out of this 20, I attended only 16. Sir, will I lose marks for not attending? Nothing. Neither you will get anything, nor you will lose anything. Suppose 16 attended, 4 you didn't even attend. Leave it off. In this 16, let's assume you got 11 correct. How many correct? And 5 wrong. How much wrong? So it is minus 1.25. Clear? So this is how. For every wrong answer, 0.25 will be gone. Is that clear? Usually, if at all you get like, for example, like 11.75, this will become 12. If it is 11.5, as per my knowledge, it is still considered as a 12. But sometimes many of them argue that no, it will be going back to 11. 0.5 is always considered to be the greatest number, but they say no. Negative is where we consider the greatest number. Suppose in this case, minus 1.25, now we will consider only minus 1 and we will give it as 10. They say it's always a different argument, but as per my knowledge, what I have known is, in your final score, 0.75 means always a greater number. 0.5 should also be the greater number. So forget 0.5, better only consider 0.75. Suppose if it is 11.75, you will get it as, just assume if it is 11.5, for safer side, consider 11 only. Don't even consider 12, consider 11. But it should be considered as 12 only. But sometimes if ICAI doesn't consider, you can't go and argue with them. No? You can't apply for revaluation and all. Maximum recounting and all, you can put it. That's it, what maximum you can do. Okay, we'll come back to the topic. Yes. I didn't get you. Okay. So next, your favorite question. Is economics science or an arts? How? Explain.
So science is systematic body of knowledge. Moreover, it is applicable universally.
Applicable universally. Okay.
So it is defined from practical application. From experience, we get it.
Okay, from experience, practical application, we will understand. That is called as science. Okay, others.
If we take art, means it is it's practical.
It is practical in nature. Art. Science is systematic body of knowledge. Okay, anyone else would like to answer? How? You said it is both, but how?
It consists of both assumptions and realistic facts.
Assumptions and realistic facts. So that is called science or arts now. It is both assumptions and realistic facts. Simple answer. One line, sir. Anyone else? Art depends upon person to person. So online student says that establishes cause and effect relationship. It involves practical application. That's the reason it is called science. Okay.
Person to person.
Art in variation from person to person. Okay, listen. Let me answer it. Be it any subject, if at all we have to consider it as a science. What is it? If at all we have to consider it as a, there are 5 conditions. How many conditions? Condition number 1. It should have a systematic body of. That means the subject hierarchy, the toughness should be in a systematic way. See, first we will learn all the basic things. Next we go to the advanced. Next we come to the tougher level. Even in economics, see, straight away we don't go to understand national income concepts and all. First we will understand what is demand, what is supply, what is cost, what is profit. Next comes market, next comes business cycle, and next we go to the national income. Straight away we don't want to go understand what is GDP, what is national income. No. Even now, see, when I started, first I'm starting with chapter 1 or maximum I may start with the demand, supply, small topics. So slowly, if the subject goes in a hierarchical manner or it shows up in a very systematic way of progressing, that is called as a science. And even economics is having that systematic body of knowledge. Next comes answers should be measurable. We can quantify the answers in science. For example, if the rainfall happens, in news you would have seen this, so many centimeters of rainfall happened. And if earthquake happens, so and so magnitude of earthquake. What is it? Like for example, 6.2 magnitude, 5.1 magnitude, 3.2 magnitude of earthquake. So like this, we can able to measure, quantify. That is called as a science. Even in economics, there are a lot of scenarios where we quantify how much is the demand, how much is going to be the supply. We have different formulas to calculate it. Yes, we are doing it. And also, answer should be predictable. Now I will say you H2O. What is it? 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen. If you combine, you will get water. And let's say, for example, Shashi Kiran, I'm a car manufacturer. Let's say I'm manufacturing car in 2 different nations. One in US, other one is in India. I'm producing 2 different types of car. One Audi, other one is Maruti. Now you tell me, in India, which cars are demanded more, Audi or Maruti? Maruti. In US, see, you are able to predict answers, na? Even in economics, we can able to predict the answers. And there are some tools to measure the answers. For example, to measure the distance, kilometers. To measure the liquid items, liters. Same way, even in economics, in basic class, I spoke now, utility. What is it? To measure this, we have a tool called as utils. We have a tool called as? We speak about this in consumer behavior concept. Clear? And last but not the least, universally. Now H2O example, let's continue. 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen. If you combine that in an ArivuPro Academy, what do you get? Water. If you combine that in Australia, Iran, Uganda, US, sir, anywhere on the globe, you combine 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen, you will end up getting. But in economics, answers are not universally acceptable. Now, same car example. The demand what was existing in India with respect to Maruti cars, was it the same for USA? That means economics will satisfy the first 4 conditions, but it will not only satisfy the universally acceptable. That means no doubt economics is a science, but economics is not a pure science. Then economics is a clear, because economics will not satisfy universally acceptable conditions. That means every economic theory, that means majority of it will satisfy, but every single individual theory of economics will not satisfy universally acceptable condition. For example, LDMU, law of diminishing marginal. Yes, it satisfies anywhere. If a person keeps on consuming same commodity again and again, his willingness or his ability to eat more and more will go down. His satisfaction deplete. Yes, that is a general theory, it applies, but not every theory in economics will apply like this. Like demand concept will not apply. Satisfaction concept will not apply. So there are certain concepts which is not universally acceptable, but science topics are universally acceptable. Clear? So economics will no doubt satisfy the first 4 conditions only, but it will not satisfy the universally. Henceforth, economics is not an. It isn't. Clear? Same H2O example, car example I have provided. It is also same to same in the material. Clear? Next comes economics as an. Remember, practical application of knowledge into a business. What is it? Practical. See, we know that our people don't just buy the product. Whenever I say, okay, I'm going to sell at MRP, let's say shirt price. If it is 499, if you just simply say it is 499, people don't buy. You should say MRP is 999, flat 50% off. Now people will come and buy. Now same shirt, you say 499, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. You say Big Billion Day, Great Amazon Indian Festival Sale, Munyama Sale, Rangappa Sale, Halloween Day Sale, Blue Monday Sale, Black Friday Sale. Our people will buy. Our people will be waiting eagerly for those offers, discounts. See, we have learned this in a theoretical manner. We need to apply the same in a real life. So science is theoretical, art is practical. What is it? Science is where science will let us to know things, arts will make us to do things. What is it? Science will let us to know things. That means knowledge. Science will give us a theoretical knowledge, while art will make us to apply that in the real life. And business economics is exactly the same. We are not just learning in a theoretical manner. We are applying the same in the business. See, we know, boss, especially a country like India, where price sensitive customers are more. Which customers? Even slightly you increase the price, many of them will say Tata bye bye to you. But you slightly decrease the price, many of them will come and buy from you. Best example, Big Billion Day, Great Amazon Festival Sale. Usually I should not reveal this. One of my friend, he works with one of the most reputed electronic outlet. He said me, when I got married, when I wanted to buy all this refrigerator, new TV, everything to the home, since my friend was already into the same electronic stores, I called him up. I said, I will come to your organization. I will like to buy. Oh, he said only one thing. Offer is going on, don't come. I'm saying, good now. Hey, you are the first fellow who's saying offer is going on, don't come. When every time offer is there, you will be the first person no to the entire world. You will be advertising and you're saying, please come, please come, please come, buy the product. But stupid fellow, you are saying don't come. I'm like, since I know you, I'm saying don't come. I don't want to reveal the brand name. Very, very famous brand of South India. He said he is in a corporate office. They will take all these exchange offers. Na? Whenever you go, you will give your, let's say, old phone or old TV, whatever it is. They have an entire floor where all the engineers, mechanics, everyone, that means all this electrical mechanics, whoever is there, they have an entire floor where they completely do the refurbishing. And he said, some products are sold inside India, but some products cannot be sold inside. It goes to other nation. It gets refurbished here, but it is not sold. Everything is not sold here, but fuel will go outside the country. And just understand, see, there are two theories to it. Both are actually true. I'm not saying both are wrong. Both are actually true. Number one, usually in this discounts and offers, they usually try to sell at a very bulk volume. Very high volume. Even as a manufacturer or maybe as a wholesaler, when you are buying at very high in quantity and when you are giving offers and discounts, let's say 20-30%, because for you margin itself is 100%. See, many of them don't understand in our country, especially on cloth, especially on food, especially on electronic gadgets. There is no set guidelines and regulation. Okay, this much only should be the margin. And especially food and the clothing sector, same product. Now everyone will put the tag export quality. Now that is one big scam. How do you differentiate the quality of a cloth? Unless and until if you are not in that industry, if you don't know head and tail about this, you will never get to know what is the actual quality of that particular cloth material. And one will say it is 499, other one will say it is 999, one will say 799. They will start giving discounts. And see, that is what intentionally they will hike the price and they will start giving discounts, offers, promotions. And that is what by and large today every online brand is operating. See, in social media marketing, influencer marketing, you need to give a coupon codes. You have to pump in lot amount of money on advertisement. Suppose if your product, if you want to sell it at 299, but you will never name it 299. You will always give it as with coupon 20% off, 30% off. If you are coming from that particular influencer, coupon code, hashtag SKH20. If you put, you will get 20%. But you are not straight away selling at 299. You are making it to be 499 and you are creating that impression in front of everyone that you are getting an additional discount if you are buying from this coupon code. That is what by and large everyone is doing today. And when this Big Billion Day, Great Amazon Festival Sale comes, understand, India is a country where for us the Q3 is most important. Quarter 3. Boys, not the one which you are thinking. See, you understood. Very fast. See, every 3 months is called as a 1 quarter. That means, see, April, May and June. This is called as Q1. July, August and September is called as a Q2. October, November, December. This is where major festivals are there in India. And this is where people would like to also spend more money. People would like to buy new things. That is why before this Q3 starts, in end of Q2, August, September, that is where your Big Billion Day, Amazon Festival Sale, Independence Day clearance sale, everything comes up because they don't want to still hold their unsold products with them. See, it is a very simple concept. We will speak about this in theory of cost. We have something called a shutdown point. What is it? See, rather than, let me put it across in a very layman's term. Let's say I have a warehouse. This product is not sold. It is there in my warehouse from very long time. Maintenance cost, rental, security, everything is included. My intention is, boss, let me forego the fixed cost, my rental expenses and all. Let me get back my variable cost. That means cost of production, transportation, whatever I've done. I'm okay to let go my fixed cost. Let me recover back my variable cost. That is what shutdown point also clearly says. We speak about this in theory of cost. This is the first theory for it. Second, the margin is very huge. Every product will be having 100% profit margin. If the product is 500, they're selling at 1000. Even after discounts, they're selling at 1000. Now they're cutting it down to another 20%. Again, unsold goods. They want to pump it. They want to push it off. And there will be new products which is launched, especially on this Big Billion Day, Amazon Festival Sale. They are designed for such kind of a customers who only buy once in a year, and only for them they are penetrating. Have you ever seen any latest model of Apple giving such a high discounts on Big Billion Day? No. Let's assume. Now observe. When will Apple launches their new product? By end of end of August or September mid. And it gets to available to the people by last week of September or first week of October. See, that is where Q3 starts. You observe every big company's Q3 sales, it will be always the highest. Because not just in India, around the globe, see, Christmas and New Year comes in Q3. In India, Dasara, Deepavali, major festival comes in Q3. And Q3 is where in India also people wants to spend more money. People wants to give. Diwali is a one big festival in India. And for South especially, this Navaratri is a one other big festival. People are ready to spend. People get bonus during those times. And people are also ready to spend that money. And that is when offers, promotions, all this uncleared goods, everything they will try to clear it in Q2 end. And they try to launch the new product by Q3. And see, this is an art. Boss, I'm learning this. We are applying that in the real life. And especially, see, I really wonder sometime. I don't know like how to make people understand. People are ready to spend 70,000, 1 lakh rupee, 1,20,000 rupees on their Apple gadgets. And they don't want to go to the official store and buy the product. See, in official store, anything goes wrong, any refurbished product comes, or by mistake, any faulty product comes, goodwill is under the stake. But you have seen this, Flipkart delivering soap instead of Apple phones. Instead of MacBook, they have received one tiles. Or even though they have received the product itself, already used, open sealed. This happens. India is a country where you give a smallest discount like this, people will be eagerly waiting. Prime members will get early access at 12 o'clock at midnight. By 12 o'clock, 1 minute, sale damar. Because they know very well, boss. I have a client. I'm basically, my qualification is basically from a law background. I'm a CLP, Consumer Laws and Practices. So I had a client. They had a very weird experience because of this Amazon. They have bought this Samsung Fold cell phone from the Amazon during this Big Billion Day, Amazon Festival Sale, during all those times. After some 8 months, that phone screen got cracked. She went to the service center and she had a shock of her life. They said, no, madam, we can't provide the service to this because it is a Hong Kong product which you have bought. I'm like, what Hong Kong product? I bought it in the Great Amazon Festival Sale. Madam, I don't know it because the product code, whatever the code is there, this code says that this product has to be sold in the Hong Kong, but sold in India by the online. And in online, see, we study this in strategic management when you come to CA Inter. There is something called a sales channel. These all are intermediaries. These intermediaries are listed in Amazon website, all this Flipkart, Myntra, whatever it is, irrespective of the platform. They sell on behalf of the company. They are like a dealer. Now this dealer, whether he is selling you a genuine product or not, God only knows. Whether it is an open piece or not, God only knows. Whether it is a refurbished or not, God only knows. And they know how to easily mimic this. And not every refurbished product in India will be again sold in India. And he clearly said me this. See, there are many electronic gadgets like cell phones, especially Apple products, that gets completely refurbished here and it is sold in other countries. Same way, the other country products which get refurbished there, that comes to India and that gets dumped here. And that has been again resold, changing with entire body set, everything. There are clone phones. People don't understand this. See, when you are spending 70,000, 80,000, 1 lakh rupee, 1,20,000 rupee, another 5,000 rupees of discount, and you are going with all the applications based only during this festival. And they know the Indian sentiments, they know the Indian's mindset. I'm not saying that every seller is doing the same, but there are also people who's doing this. And that is what people should understand. Every product that you are getting through online is not a genuine. There are many cases, the real life cases. I said now, Hong Kong product sold in India. Case filed, consumer court case. First party, the seller, the listed person on the Amazon as a seller. Second, company, Samsung. Third, Amazon India Private Limited. Three parties. On them case has been filed. And just assume, because the screen got cracked, she went to the service center, she got to know this is not an Indian model. Hong Kong model was sold in India. Technically refurbished product it was. How many of them will cross check? 1 year you are going to get a warranty. Nothing is going to happen in this 1 year. Anything that happens is usually after 13 months or 14 months or 15 months. But luckily she had a trouble within 8 months only. Within that 1 year duration of time. There are many instances. That is why I usually say, when you are already investing a huge sum of money, for a sake of 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 discount, why do you want to compromise on your remaining 60, 70,000 rupees of funds? If you are ready to take a risk, you can buy it online. And Flipkart has the highest number of scams reported. Flipkart officially does their own level of scam. Midnight, 12 o'clock, you booked a cell phone at great discounted price. Next day morning, dispatch message will also come, order confirmation will also come. Sometimes, even before reaching your home, order cancelled. Because seller price changed. There are many issues with Flipkart like this. Flipkart is next level. Flipkart is officially doing these things. Like order will get confirmed at night when you are booking it. Next day early morning, confirmation mail will also come. After 2 hours, your order has been cancelled because of limited stock availability. Or maybe dual order was placed with the same particular product. Some or the other seller's issue. There are many instances there are like this. But people don't understand this. See, end of the day, boss, you are a business person. You are not going to sell it with a loss. Even though this deep discounts, great offers, whatever that you sell it, there will be a margin. Without margin, are they stupid enough to sell? Or this product is totally unsold. It is simply eating my warehouse place. Let me forego my fixed cost. Let me recover back my variable cost. Yes, there are also. It is always a combination of multiple parameters which happens in your Big Billion Day, Great Amazon Festival Sale. And few of the electronic gadgets, I really doubt that the genuine product is going to come, especially with Flipkart. I have a greater doubt because the amount of issues what Flipkart is facing, the customers are facing through Flipkart is next level. Orders are getting cancelled. They place an order, confirm, next day morning order cancelled. After payment getting deducted, everything happening, confirmation mail comes, later order cancelled. These all are the scams which they do. See, they have learned in theoretical way. Now, literally, they are applying that in real life. See, India is a place where a smallest discount you provide, automatically people will be interested to come and buy. And people will be waiting. Literally, man, my friends are there. I have said them. They will be like, Maga, do you have Prime membership? Hey, give it on the Amazon day. I had a friend. He will always buy the products during this great festival sale. Only during this time. And entire year they will be waiting for this sale. And are the companies stupid enough? Even they know you people are waiting for it. Even they know what to serve you people there. And people don't understand this at all, most of them. And being a commerce student, and you are also going and falling in the same trap. Hardly few are the genuine products which you will get there. And most of it, one or the other way, they will try to do this. Either they want to clear off their old stock, so they're giving a deep discount. Or they may be having some issue, slightly refurbished, sell it. Or some other nation refurbished will come here. That is repacked, resold. There are many issues like this. But people don't know. They don't understand this at all. Yeah, there are many cases still pending. Leave about that. Our own faculty, Rashid sir, he ordered a laptop. Order confirmed. Dispatch for delivery. Delivery never happened. After 15 days, now the company, after calling multiple times to customer care, after fighting so hard, now the company says that, sir, we will refund your money. After 15 days. These are the amount of issues we have. Now, Rashid sir also, our own faculty faced one issue like this. And during the offer time, the product was available for a lesser price. For one of their friend, that too, his friend has transferred money to Rashid sir. Rashid sir has booked it through his ID. Now see, cross connections. Now trouble Pro Max. I better say, go to the official store. You may pay some 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 extra. You are going to get a genuine product with official licensed guy selling it with proper invoice. Anything happens, straight away, company will be held liable, goodwill. Now your company will say that they have all the ways to escape. Whenever it is sold through online, there are many allegations. There are list of cases in consumer court like this. And people still don't understand, especially few things like what to buy and what not to buy. Man, you understand, you are spending 70,000 rupees of money, 1 lakh rupee, 1,20,000 rupees. Would you really want to risk it? But still, 5,000 credit card discount is there, nice. Okay, that particular card discount is there. That is what I'm saying. They know the mindset of Indians. They know how exactly they react. And they're playing with that. They're playing with the sentiments and mindset of an Indians. That is what technically is happening in most of it. That is what we have learned in theoretical. We are applying that in practical. Practical application of knowledge into business. What is it? Practical? Art is nothing but practice of knowledge. Where science teaches us to know, art will teach us to. Whereas science is theoretical, art is. See, if we analyze economics, we find there is a features of. There are various branches, consumption, production, public finance, etc. provides that solution for various economic which the firm faces in there. See, simple concept. Where science is theoretical, arts is application, or science is methodological, art is application. Science will teach us to know things, art will teach us to do things, and economics comprises both. Yes, we know that our people will come and buy only when the prices goes down. That is during the discounts, offers, promotion. Same product on a normal day, it will be $9.99. No one buys. During the discount, flat 50% off on MRP. What is MRP? $1,999. One big line will be there to buy that product. That is what they know it very well. See, you say upfront, you say the cost, no one is going to buy. Hike the MRP and say flat 50%, 20%, 30% discount. No, people are interested to buy. And by and large today, most of the product which are sold, when they are deciding their cost strategy itself, there is always an advertisement, social media marketing, endorser, their price, their expenses, their coupon code, all of this will come into a picture. Genuinely, no one upright sells at $299. They will make it $499. They will show as if they are giving discount to you the original prices. $499. Practice of knowledge. That is called as an. So, economics is both science as well as art. Clear? Now, once we understand economics as a both science as well as art, inside the science also there are two concepts, positive science and this is utmost important. This is where they can club any topic from chapter 1 to chapter 10. Any particular topic can be clubbed and they will be asking questions. Let me explain this topic in a different manner. Let me give an example. Based on an example, I will be explaining you the concept. Let's assume Shashikiran is a patient. You guys are doctors. To my left hand side, all these girls are a senior doctors. Which doctors? Senior. And to my right hand side, all these boys are a junior doctors, recently cleared MBBS. They want to create that good name, fame in the market. Now recently cleared, you guys are. But left hand side, all these are senior doctors. Now let's say for example, Shashikiran has a symptoms. Unable to eat water, drink food. What is it? Unable to? My symptom. I am a patient. I will say whatever I want. Now I will go to senior doctor first. I will express my whatever that difficulties that I am finding it. They will ask me to go get a blood test done, scanning done, Everything. Okay, I will go and get that blood test scanning and all. And after looking into the reports, senior doctors are stupefying. Hey, Shashikiran, stupid fellow. In humans' body, 50 to 70% is water. In your body, alcohol is there. Because of that, liver is having a problem. I am like, doctor, what to do? At home, small whites and sorry, not white, small tongue mistake. Human error. In life, you should never do the same mistake once again. Small children and wife at home, not wives and all, no, wife. Now, no money. The senior doctor will be like, tada bye bye. I will go to other senior doctor. Same, they will just define my problem. What is it? They are called as descriptive science. See, the senior doctor example is a positive science column. See, they will be more and more concerned with the cause and effect relationship. What is it? And they're more concerned with the facts. See, blood report. They saw the blood report. They saw the scanning report. Based on that, they are describing the problem. What is it there? And they will exactly say, what is my problem? They will define the economic problem or the economic scenario, which speaks about what it is. Now, I went to other senior doctors, multiple senior doctors. Everyone are same. That means positive signs. The senior doctor example. Everyone's main objective is being uniform. And they will just define the problem. They will never give any kind of a suggestion, or they will never pass any kind of a value judgment. That means how my lifestyle should be, what I should do, what I should not, nothing. Just defined the problem. What is it? And they are more concerned with, they speak about cause and, okay, now I got fed up with all the senior doctors. Stupid fellows. I will come to junior doctors. I will not say that I went to a senior doctor. I will come and say, doctor, unable to eat water, drink food, poor fellow, small kids and wife at home. I will come and express. By looking at my condition, I think this is your problem. What ought to be? What is it? So, a normative science is a systematic body that is more concerned about what? This can be your problem. Now, see, junior doctor, they want to be like a role model in the society. They need to create some good name and fame in the society. So, all the junior doctors' main objective is being ideals. What is the main objective is being? Like a role model. I want to be like an inspiration to others, being like an ideals. And they don't just define the problem. They also give a practical solution. They will say, don't worry, early morning as soon as you wake up, in an empty stomach, eat some dry fruits. Don't drink more and more, let's say, for example, alcohol like this. Cut down your oil consumption, fried foods and all. Like this, they will provide a practical solution. Which solution? You should have a proper 6 to 7 hours of sleep. You should walk like 10,000 steps in a day. Your lifestyle should be changed. Like this, they are not just defining problem. Along with defining, they are also giving dash. They are also giving the practical suggestions. Practical suggestions are prescribed. So, they are going to pass the value judgment. Who will pass value judgment? So, normative science is like a junior doctor example. So, positive science is like a senior doctor example. See, remember, senior doctor just described the problem, but who is prescribing the solution? Normative, junior doctors. Clear? Now, junior doctor is least concerned about the facts. They didn't even check the blood test report. They didn't even check the scanning report. Nothing. They will just speak about how things should be. You should walk 10,000 steps. You should be like this, lifestyle changes. So this is the main difference between positive and normative. In exam now, most of the times the questions will come from this last three differences. Who is more concerned with facts? Who speaks about cause and effect relationship? Positive science. And who speaks about solutions? That means they are also called as a prescriptive science. So they will pass judgment. Who will not pass any judgment? Positive science. Now, in an exam, they will make a statement. In that statement, you have to understand, are they just defining the problem or are they giving any practical solutions? Are they giving any? Are they just defining problem? That means just a descriptive science. Along with defining problem, they are providing solutions. That is called as a normative statement. Now, let me make a statement. You tell me whether it is a positive statement or there is a cyclone effect in Bangalore. There is a heavy rain expected in Bangalore for next 3 days. They just defined the problem. There is a heavy rain expected in Bangalore for next 3 days. Now, along with that, due to a cyclone effect, Bangalore is expecting a heavy rainfall in the next 3 days, and schools and colleges are advised to close down. Normative. Schools and colleges are advised to close down. Now we will say, in Asia, the highest number of pubs are located in Bangalore. Fact. They're speaking about what? Fact. If you increase the price, the number of buyers will decrease. Positive only. Cause and what is the cause? Increase in price. What is the effect? Clear. See, that is what you have to understand the concept here. Fact, cause and effect relation. Just defining what is going to happen, the problem, not giving any solution, not giving any. And every single time, if you observe, this word should will be there. What is it? So that will become a normative statement. Every time, single time, students will come with this, sir, we found one hack in this question, sir. Wherever that word should is there now, that is only the answer. Appa, no rule like that. I can also show you the question where the word should is there and that is not a normative statement. So don't go with that illogical shortcuts and all. Sometimes my own students will come by looking some YouTube videos and all. Sir, we found one trick here. Wherever that word should is there now, that will be 100% normative statement. CA means? Come again, it will become. First, understand the question. In the question, are they defining the problem or are they providing a solution? Is it descriptive or is it prescriptive? Are they speaking about a fact or are they speaking about just a cause and effect relationship? That you have to cross check. Without looking it by just having that word called a should. Every time that word should will not only be the answer. So be careful. So in any given statement, if they are just defining the problem, if they are just positive signs, and every statement speaks about being united, uniformity, that is a positive statement. And economic problem that defines what exactly it is, that is called as a dash signs. Positive signs. But normative is also given. Prescription, suggestions. Clear? Now, year after now, any topic that we are going to discuss, chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we can club this topic. We can actually club and we can merge any of this particular topics. Right? Let me show some questions from this for your understanding. Hardly 1 or 2 questions. It may be asked somewhere. Socialistic, market, laissez-faire. This already we discussed. That's it. 5 questions will come. Capitalistic economy, interest rate. 93. Which of the following is that? I said, no, sir, the word should is there. Yes, here the answer is. Now read it. Public health care increases the fact. It is a fact. Next, high interest rates are set by the government. Economic policy that will cause an effect. What is it? Cause and next, if consumer income drops, if the income of a consumer drops, there will be having a less money to spend. Fact. Even that is a fact. If you don't have money, if you don't earn money, where will you spend the money? That is also a fact. Next, government should provide health care for suggestions now. They are providing a government should provide COVID vaccine for free for all. See, like this, every time when you see this word should will not always be the answer. So you should go with the statements. Usually they can merge this topic now with any particular chapter. They can merge this topic. But there was one question they had merged with chapter 9 or 8 somewhere. I will show that if possible. See, this is what when we do a topic alarm. Because I know that question has been asked. Like this, we have to come back to the question paper. We have to see that and we have to solve. This will kill little time. That is why I said this will always extend little. See here. Okay, socialistic economy, not this one. Wait. Instead now, they will ask the question which is related to one individual firm. You need to analyze. See, an ice cream company is planning to expand its before making decision. Which company? Only one single company, one single firm. It studies various economic factors such as employee wages, ideal location of the which level of economics does the company analyze? When they see these words now, sir, employee wages, location, and pricing strategies and all. Outside the environment, macro. Only and only about one single individual analysis is or what, micro or macro? Most of them wrote macro for this. Yes, that is what they got confused. But here the main analysis is related to the one single firm, individual aspects in detail. Okay, business economics question. It is again socialistic economy questions. Following, already we did this. Capitalistic question again. There is one question, they have merged it actually with chapter 9, I guess. Anyhow, when we are doing chapter 9, we will get to know that question, no problem. They can merge this particular topic, they can merge with any chapter, positive, normative statement, consumer sovereignty question. See here also, the word students will come, sir, everywhere we have observed, sir, wherever normative answers is there, that word should is always, so don't go with the trap, every time it will not work. See, which of the following is an example of a demand for the goods will, if the price, fact, it is a fact, positive, and decrease in interest rate will lead to the increase in the investment, fact, an increase in government spendings will reduce the unemployment, fact, as well as cause and effect relationship will work here. Now, government should increase the taxes on to reduce its consumption. Now, here they are making suggestions for especially socially undesirable goods like liquor. Government has to intervene and government should increase the taxes. Here they are defining the problem as well as providing the solution. This is socially undesirable. See, there's all these options, whatever we saw. This is chapter 2, this is chapter 7, this is chapter 8, and this is also a chapter 7. Macroeconomics connection. See, question is related to chapter 1, but options are not related to chapter 1. That means they are combining the multiple concepts what we studied in macro. From that, they are asking a question, which of the following statement is a normative? If you don't have the proper knowledge of the macroeconomics here, you can't identify. And never, and don't always keep this assumption in mind. If the word should will come, that will be always and always macro. No, that is wrong. Next year. Okay, finance minister was, okay, finance ministry, chapter 7 question. Basic problem, see, again, second half of the chapter. Most of the questions will come from the second half, that is unit 2 of the chapter 1. Clear? So, main difference between positive signs and normative signs. See, remember 3 things. Fact. Who is concerned with facts? Who is not concerned with facts? And who will speak about cause and effect? Who will not speak about cause and effect? Who is called descriptive science? Who is called prescriptive science? Who speaks about uniformity? Who speaks about ideals? Who will say what exactly is an economic problem? Who will speak about what ought to be? And this question can be merged with any chapter. Question will be from chapter 1. Options will be from different chapters, and they will ask a question. Now they will ask, law of demand is a dash statement, positive or normative statement. They will club like this. So this one topic now, this can be clubbed with any of the particular concept. Clear? So kindly write down. Give this heading and write that example. Senior doctor, junior doctor. Write only that example alone. Later you may forget it. Ideals means like I need to be like a role model. Ideals. Ideals, yeah. This is what suitable, like this is how it should be. In a very suitable way to understand. This is what it should be. This is how the things has to be. Ideals. Preferable. Or we can call it as what? Preferable. Are any clear, or should I still give another example? Yes, it is not a pure science. Because economics is not satisfying universally acceptable conditions. Yes, applied science. Done? No, we can't able to do unit 2. Kirtana, don't worry. Just the small topic is there. I will finish this up. This will take another 5-10 minutes. People are concerned. As soon as 8:30 happens, Allah sir, another 20 minutes is pending. Unit 2 is the biggest that I will take it on some other day. But Monday we are going to start with chapter 2. Like the flow which I have given here, Allah. We will go with this flow. No worries. Since today we had just 2 hours, again tomorrow you guys are under holiday, we took up the chapter 1, unit 1. No worries. Chapter 5 business cycle, most interconnection topics are there. Again, unit 2 is interconnected with business cycle. We'll take that together. We'll go with the flow. From Monday, we'll go with the proper flow. Done? Finish with the example? Sir, I could not get the study material. Where can I find it? Wait. You will get, tomorrow is holiday. By tomorrow, it will be uploaded. There is some slight changes which I'm making with exam questions, MCQs, which is given behind. I'm updating few questions there. That is the reason they have kept it on hold. I have to give them an approval. There are a couple of some exam questions which I'm trying to add in the main material itself. And few tricky questions are there. I'm trying to include that in the latest material. No worries, whatever it is there, we are making a material. It will be applied till Jan 2027 attempt. Again, we have to make the revision for May. And most probably by December, the new syllabus will get announced. So they're planning to change the syllabus from the next year. Not, they will AI related, like in all the 3 levels of CA exams, foundation, inter and finals. But don't worry, for you guys, anyone who is writing in the next year, May and onwards later, no? Just go with that one syllabus change. But usually they will give an option of old and new, whatever comes. But they have said officially it gets applied from 2028. 2028. It may be either from Jan or maybe September 2027. The official notification is yet to come. Even the new syllabus, what is the draft of syllabus? Still, committee has been formed. They are yet to come with the syllabus part. So probably this December or next year start. They will come up with the new syllabus draft, and at least if they announce the new syllabus, we'll get to know from when the new syllabus will be applicable. So that is why tentatively, even whatever changes I'm making, I'm not making it for like long term and all. For every 2 attempts, I'm making the changes, appropriate changes, whatever is required in the material. Even the question papers, whatever we are discussing, is only relevant to the upcoming attempts. Yeah, that is what we have to see. Whenever they bring any new syllabus, they will give option for them to write old as well as new in one attempt. We have seen this in past. But in inter you will learn, that will be compensated then. In inter also they are making same certain changes, not just in foundation. Let's see, until official notification comes, we can't come to any conclusion. Okay, look at the board. Done with this? Okay, pragmatic in approach. Already I spoke about it. Business economics is dash. Pragmatic in. That means we also consider the present business practices problem what a business organization will face. Not just economic theory. No doubt. Alfred Marshall, J.B. Say, J.S. Mill, John Maynard Keynes. You guys are given a theory. That doesn't mean that 100% those theory will be applicable even today under the name of business economics. See that microeconomics is abstract and purely and it analyzes economic phenomenon under the unrealistic. That is what we said now. Microeconomics is full of assumptions and it is unrealistic in nature. And in contrary, business economics is dash in approach. It will tackle the dash problem which the firm faces in the real world. That is why we also consider economic theory along with business practice. Along with business practices. So economic theory plus business practices, both are considered. That is why we call them as dash in approach. And already I spoke about this. Business economics is mainly based on, because we use a lot of economic tools, demand, supply, cost, price, market, in order to analyze, understand and take decisions, right decisions. At, see, as a business manager, are largely concerned about achieving their objective, that is profitable motive. Since business economics is concerned with dash making aspect, Individual establishment will heavily rely on dash economics. So business economics is mainly based on which economics? For its dash making purpose, decision making purpose. Clear? And next 2 points, the small one. Pragmatic already we have done. These two we have to finish. Interdisciplinary in nature and incomplete elements. What is it? See, whenever we are conducting a business, we are not independent, rather we are interdependent. That means if I am running a business organization, I should also have a knowledge of other disciplines and other subjects. Like say statistics, I should be knowing mathematics, history, marketing, like this, even various subjects. What is it, various? I should also possess the knowledge. See, business economics is interdisciplinary. That means interdependent on other subjects. It also incorporates tools from the other discipline. You should also have a knowledge of management, accounting, statistics, etc. Even we should have a knowledge of other subjects, not just the knowledge or the disciplines of other subjects. We are also having an incomplete element. That means it's not only about taking right decisions at right time, analyzing the microeconomic tools for a business decision making. Boss, you should also analyze the impact of various other factors in the economy. Let's say, what is the tax rates in the country? What is the inflation rate? That is general price level of the economy. What is the interest rates in the nation? What is the employment level? How much people are spending money? That is gross domestic savings and gross domestic spendings of the people. See, all this general price level, inflation, income, employment level. Is there a full employment or unemployment problem? What are the government policies? What are the tax policies in the country? What is the interest rates, loan interest rates or borrowing interest rates? And what are the industrial regulations we have? Exchange rate policies, export-import policy, forex policies. Like this, we should also have a knowledge of multiple various aspects. It is not just only knowing about how to run a business. So we are totally incomplete. We should also possess knowledge about various other elements. So that is why we said business economics alone is an incomplete element. Which element? Incomplete. We should also have a knowledge about what? Effect of inflation. And next, income earning capacity of the people. That means the income will always represent purchasing capacity of the people. If people are earning more income, they are ready to spend more and more on goods and services. If people are not earning enough income in that nation, where will they spend more money on the goods and services? Most of the goods will only be for necessary or comfort goods, not on the luxury or lifestyle goods. And their employment level, what kind of employment opportunities are there? What all government policies? We speak about fiscal policy, monetary policies. Even we should understand that what is the tax rate, Nirmala Aunty department, a full sleeping partner every time, one or the other way, 30%, mera share, she will ask the next term. Interest rate. So we need to understand about different subjects. Also, we should have a knowledge of other elements in the economy. So business economics is not independent. It is interdependent. And moreover, it is dash in approach. We don't just consider the economic theory. Along with economic theory, we also analyze the business practices. What do we analyze? And also microeconomics is the main element for a decision making in the business economics. We use lot of economic tools that it consists of many microeconomic elements for a decision making purpose. Clear? See, business economics is largely based on for a dash purpose. Clear? So by this, the unit 1 of chapter 1 comes to an end. See, go through this once. Difference between the economics and business economics. See, meaning we have spoken, characteristic features. See, the microeconomics as well as the macroeconomic characteristics are there in general, but here mainly based on the microeconomic elements. See, you can just go through it like a concept. See, which is the more wider concept, general economics or business economics? Which is the narrow concept? Business economics. So, which is the applied branch of economics? Business economics is the applied branch of. So, go through this like a newspaper. And whenever you are reading the ICAI material once, I said, no, you have to read ICAI material once like a newspaper after understanding the concept. Including, sometimes the questions have also come from where? Clear? Understood? Any specific doubt? Chalo. So today we have only done one small portion. Still, unit 2 is pending. That is the main important concept of chapter 1. There are only just 2 topics there. Basic problems of an economy and types of economic system, capitalistic, socialistic, and mixed economy. That is one of the most important element. That we will take it as per the flow. So Monday we are starting with which chapter? So we are starting with the demand. So we'll go with the flow. Like how I gave you an introduction class, I explained a lot. We'll go with this flow. And once this flow ends here and once we are coming to the chapter 1, the unit 2 will complete here. Is it clear? Done? So close your books and get lost. We'll meet you guys on Monday. Bye-bye. Enjoy your weekend. Happy weekend. Now eat biryani and enjoy. Online students, you will get the material. Don't worry. You can download the material by tomorrow. Attendance is already done, man. Now you can leave. Bye. It was done. Attendance was completed way long back. Yeah. Bye-bye. Shall I close it? Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Interdisciplinary. That means we should also have a knowledge of other parameters. That is called interdisciplinary in nature, and other subject knowledge should also be there. Sir, I am going to attend May attempt. Usually major changes will not be there. Some minor changes may happen in my material. If it is any changes, I will let you know. Text me up. Anyhow, you will be having my personal contact number, mail ID, everything. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So can you display the QR code, reference QR code?
Now I can't display it once again.
So because I know now I get API.
That's fine, ma. Monday, you don't worry. You know, student, na? First day, no worries. Some glitches will be there. You can inform them. You can inform to the team if it is so concerning. So usually much changes will not be there. Okay, consider till May 27 attempt. Bye bye.